Hi, and welcome to tonight's Congo Children's Corner. Of course, I'm Kim, and I get to host the show with you tonight. We have some fabulous guests. We have a very interesting show coming on board, and we are going to start with an upcoming event. So, again, I always say people are, there's nothing going on in Delaware. What can we do? Well, this weekend we've got a fun-filled conference for the people who are always asking, the young adults and then the adults. So ages 13 to 18 and 18 and over. We're going to have some fun at Del Tech. We're going to welcome today's guests. Are you Ms.?
Vilma.
I know. Is it just Ms. Vilma Davis? All right. And then her daughter Renee. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right. So tell us about A Time to Move.
To move forward.
To move forward. A time to move forward.
Okay. Thank you so much for having us
Oh,
again.
thank you for
It is
coming.
Really, I'm very appreciative of you taking time to do this.
Yes.
And as was said before by our host, the conference is coming up this Saturday.
That's right.
Yay!
Yay.
November 19th. And it's going to be at Del Tech, Time to Move Forward.
That's right.
We have been planning. We have a lot of things for both adults and youth, and I want you to come out and I want you to have a great time. It starts registration 8:30 to 9, and then we have the conference begins promptly at 9 o'clock and the day ends at 3. Of course, there is breakfast, a continental breakfast for those who get there in the first half an hour or so, and lunch will be served.
All right, that sounds like a fun day there.
It is.
All right, and so it's going to break into different workshops. So it's for both men and women, young men and young women, but we won't all be together all of the time, right?
Correct, except for the plenary session for the adults. The men and women will be together. Pastor Anthony Wallace from Crossroads Church will be our plenary speaker, and following him will be Apostle Dave Carey from Word of Life Christian Center, who is also the apostle that is over my ministry, that covers my ministry. He will be speaking, and then we go our separate ways. The men in one area and the women in one area, and we will have workshops. The one workshop that will be led by Martina Lambert will be for the women, and Pastor Darrell Mason will be the workshop leader for the men.
All right.
And after that, we have lunch, then we go back and we have a dynamic panel discussion with some very authentic, real people with real stories and how they were able to move forward.
So what made you want to have this conference? What was your inspiration?
Well, things that have happened in my life that have stalled me along the way, and understanding the love of God and being able to move forward. Then when you have been delivered from something, then it's always good to go back and bring somebody else out of it.
Isn't that wonderful?
So that was it. And it's kind of prophetic, because I got this about a year ago. And what better time than to have our community move forward with all that went down about a week ago.
Oh, yes.
I think we really do need this.
Yes.
So I think it was prophetic. I had no idea that I was not only going to be speaking to a group of people, but basically to the whole Delaware.
That's it.
And I hope this will have a ripple effect to other states that we need to move forward.
All right. And Renee, tell us how you are a part of it and what your feeling is about the upcoming conference.
Yes. Well, I am the daughter of this wonderful woman right here, and while she has her ministry, I also have a ministry called Spark Change, which is a mentoring program for teen girls. And so one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved with this conference when she first mentioned it was that I wanted to be able to reach the youth. So that's why we have our component for the teen girls, 13 to 18, as well as for the young men. We can't leave them out either.
That's right, at all.
And, just realizing that that is a stage where you're learning who you are, you're learning more about your identity, you are facing times that seem very different, chaotic, and we just want to ignite hope. We want to empower them. We want them to realize who they were created to be and that they were created to do awesome and great things, not just in Wilmington, but in the whole state of Delaware, in this country. So I'm very passionate about that. That's kind of like my heart ministry, my life work, to empower youth, and so that's why I wanted to get involved. And I know what it's like to get that helping hand. I know what it's like for people to pour into you, to believe in you, and to empower you. I wouldn't be where I am today without it. So if I could give that to somebody else, that would be such a blessing.
That's it. And so what can the young girls look forward to being able to talk about, or what are some of the topics that you're looking to handle at the, I guess, those are the workshops, once you break off into the workshops?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely. So the young women, we are starting off with an empowerment workshop where they get to learn all about who they are and being able to communicate that with others. We're going to have breakout sessions. So there's this myth that girls can't get along, or that, you know, they always fight with each other, but we want to prove that wrong. And so we're having breakout discussions where we're talking about how we can unite as one, as sisters. Whether you're related or not, we can unite as one. We're going to have a power lunch where both the young women and the young men will get to meet with different people representing different career fields. So whatever they are interested in the future, they can kind of find out what that journey is all about. And then we're also going to have panel discussions. And so for separate for the men and for the young women, panel discussions about relationships, panel discussions about purity, panel discussions about honoring your value. So that's a time where you can be free to ask your questions and get some advice from some women who are just a couple of steps ahead in this journey. And then we're just going to end with some giveaways, being able to present some of the things that they work on earlier throughout the day, and just finally with an empowering message for them as they head out. So we're really excited for, it's a full day, lunch, breakfast, and full of just food for thought. Yeah.
By that time, it's time to go home and relax, right?
Time to move forward, right?
That's it. That's it. Perfect timing. And so that's really important, because some people can still, you know, do something else later on in the evening, but take advantage of the opportunity to better themselves that day. So that's really important. And I guess I'm learning more and more, and just wanting myself even to get better. And we need some help along the way sometimes. And it's really great that you are giving back, and that you are concerned about the young people and everybody, because they're adult workshop as well. So we are not just talking about it, but being about it. So a lot of times people talk, and the fact that you took a whole year to plan and put in to what you wanted to give everyone is, I hope, very much appreciated by the city, and that people come out and support. So I encourage everyone listening, if you know someone, send them, you know. So you don't want to go, but isn't that nice to know that you gave to a niece or nephew, or a younger person that you know as well, because the children or young adults, I don't want to say children, young adults are $15 and the adults are $25. And again, so you're getting breakfast and lunch and so much, and giveaways, and so much more. So it really is definitely worth it. I'm always looking at different things, and people pay hundreds and thousands of dollars for empowerment workshops. So it's great that it's something that's basically only covering the cost of a meal, or a little less than a meal, actually. Because if we try to eat 2 meals for $15, you know, we're not getting much of a meal. But so it's really, really nice that you're doing so much for everyone.
I want to make it affordable. I don't want anybody to say they couldn't come because of the cost. And I'm going to put a challenge out there to our teens, not our adults. I put my money where my mouth is, and I want to sponsor some youth. So if you really, really cannot afford to come, I don't want that to stop you. You can call 302-898-1716. Give me your name. Be sure you're going to be there. I don't want to pay the money and you don't show, and say, Miss Vilma, I really want to come. I cannot afford it, and I will pay the money for you. And then you bring your parents and they pay for themselves.
That sounds like a winner. And I too have sponsored 2 young people in the upcoming event. So I've also said, hey, it's worth it. And I
Yes.
think that if there are anyone else who says, I can't make it, but I do feel it's important, perhaps you too can sponsor. You guys have a website, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we do. It's www.timetomoveforward.org, and you can go on and register.
Absolutely.
So, but the morning of the event, you'll have a registration as well at 8:30?
Yes, yes. We have a registration table set up, and you can walk in. It's probably will be a little bit more difficult to handle everything, but we will still take you. I want you to get what we have. I am really passionate. I want to see us move forward. I want us to go and achieve all that we have within us, great potential. I want to tap into it. I want to ignite your hope. I want you not to sit where you are and die. I want you to move forward. There is so much ahead for you. Don't settle where you are. Move forward.
All right. Would you like to add that for some of our younger people?
Well, I
Yes,
would
sister.
say, you know, a lot of times you feel overlooked. A lot of times you feel ignored, like your voices aren't heard. This is a place where you can be heard. This is a place where you are not just getting poured into, but you get to connect with some awesome women who are willing to see you grow, who are willing to hear your voices and hear your opinions. So if you are looking for some empowerment, for some hope, if you want to bring your friends along, don't come alone, because I know you guys don't like to come alone to places. Bring some friends, bring some of your guy friends, your girlfriends. Come for a day in which you can be uplifted, and I promise you won't leave the same.
And that's really important. And so some people are afraid to talk. So they may think, well, I don't want to come. But you learn so much even by listening.
Absolutely.
So even
Perfect.
if you think, well, I'm kind of shy and
Perfect.
that may not be for me, just come and listen. That's how we learn.
Absolutely.
We learn by watching.
Exactly.
So don't let anything stop you from getting all that you can, because so much is poured into you, both by just by being there. So even if you're thinking, I'm quiet, I'm a little shy, I don't want to come out, you can tell these are loving, wonderful women, and they're definitely going to accept you, and I think that you will benefit. Again, this Saturday, November 19th, at Delaware Technical Community College, 4th, I don't know the exact address.
Yeah, it's
333
actually
Shipley
Shipley
Street.
Street.
333 Shipley Street, okay? And registration is at 8:30. Of course, you can register online, and then the day itself is from 9 to 3.
Correct.
Yes.
All right,
Correct.
I got it all.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
so again, I'd like to thank you ladies for giving to the community and helping make it a better place. Those of you watching can also give back by what? Showing up and learning how to make our community a better place. If you can't come,
Absolutely.
you can always sponsor someone. So please just be a part of what's going on in the city and not just sitting still doing nothing.
Thank you.
All right, thank you
That
so
sums
much.
it up very well.
Thank you so much. Please stand by. We've got more fun.